Because of the following special broadcast of the Detroit Lions Kansas City Chiefs football game, the movies will not be seen today.
Day, a family day traditionally spent with turkey and dressing and football. Today, coming to you on NBC, an interconference matchup from the Silverdome. The Kansas City Chiefs, surprising co-leaders in the AFC West, have come to Detroit with Joe Delaney to go against the Lions in playoff contention themselves. They'll counter with their ace, Billy Sims. That rushing duel will unfold as the Lions and Chiefs go at it today. In addition, we'll follow John Brody as he takes to the sidelines to coach his son's high school football team. At halftime, we'll bring you a Thanksgiving Day message from the president and enjoy a look at President Ronald Reagan's sports career in fact and film. Saturday Night Live's Joe Piscopo will be along with his views on halftime entertainment. We'll have special reports from Mike Adamle and Byron Day and a commentary from Newsweek's Pete Axtell, all today on a special Thanksgiving edition of NFL 81. NBC Sports presents NFL 81, an inside look at professional football and a preview of today's Thanksgiving Day special. Brought to you by the 1982 Volkswagen. Nothing else is a Volkswagen. And by J.C. Penney. On the outskirts of Detroit sits the NFL's newest domed arena, the Pontiac Silverdome. Inside, it's 67 degrees, and for this Thanksgiving Day special, over 80,000 fans have come inside to watch the Chiefs and the Lions go at it in an important interconference matchup. And good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to NBC on this Thanksgiving Day. I'm Bryant Gumbel, and from all of us associated with NBC Sports, our very best to you and yours. Hope this holiday finds you all in a very happy and peaceful times. We've got a busy day ahead of us. We're going to be joined by some very special reports and some special friends. Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen will be along with the call, and Mike Adamle will be stopping by. And oh yes, we've got our Pete Axtell, who's already found a special friend.
Thanks, Bryant. You know, picking games this year, I've listened to the Wizard, the Brain, the Lock, anybody's opinion. 3 over 500 on Thanksgiving Day. At this point, I'll try anything. What do you think about things? While I'm trying for this information, let's go to Dick and Merlin and hear some other points about the game.
Old Pete is NFL 81's answer to Dr. Doolittle talking to the animals, but very, very seriously, this game involves first place and a look ahead to the Super Bowl playoffs. The Kansas City Chiefs are tied for first with Denver in their division. The Lions are only one back of Minnesota in the NFC Central, and they're looking ahead to big things.
Both these teams glad to be in it. Haven't been in for a while. They're both glad to be here right now.
Is there any pressure associated with being on national television today?
Yes, there is, Dick. All these players know that the players and coaches of the league are sitting around their TV sets. Even the ones getting ready for practice have a TV set on in that training room. And being watched by your peers puts a special kind of pressure on a game like this today.
Pressure with a capital P for the two defenses. These are the top two running teams in all of the NFL. And Joe Delaney, the brilliant rookie for the Chiefs, and Billy Sims for the Lions, the men will be focusing upon.
Well, and for a defensive team, looking at either one of those runners is instant nausea. I imagine these defenders laid awake, or many of them laid awake last night, worrying about the kind of touchdown capabilities that both those men bring to the field. They're a potential touchdown every time they touch the football.
Any runners ever make you sick to your stomach?
I got to admit it, Dick. Going up against an O.J. Simpson or a Gale Sayers, every time they touch the ball, that tightening in the stomach, the fear of not being able to catch up with them, or even if you did catch up with them, the fact that they might just leave you laying on the ground.
And you think this is going to be a big hitting game?
I have to believe that this is going to be one of the roughest games of the year. These are two of the most physical football teams in all of football.
So the main course is running with some crisp hitting and blocking on the side. Bryant?
Okay, Dick, thank you very much. In truth, Billy Sims and Joe Delaney will be at center stage, and of course, a lot of attention will be directed toward quarterbacks Bill Kenny and Eric Hipple. But as Mike Adamle has noted, there will be a quarterback on defense for the Lions who deserves some applause of his own.
In 1972, Stan White was a 17th round draft choice out of Ohio State. During his first 8 years in the league with the Baltimore Colts, he was one of the premier linebackers in the American Football Conference. Now, in the twilight of his career, he relies more on intelligent play to get the job done for the Detroit Lions. Stan, we've come a long way since our days at Kent Roosevelt, and it's good to see you again, partner.
Well, Mike, we have. We grew up together, and we've been apart now for a few years, but it's good to see you again.
Today, when Bill Kinney, the Chiefs quarterback, looks across the line of scrimmage, one of the things that he's going to be worrying about is number 52. That's quite a tribute.
Well, I hope so. You know, 10 years is a long time to play, and you said it's the twilight of my career, and I guess you're right. I hope there's a few hours left until darkness, until I have to quit playing. But coming to Detroit really gave me a new lease on life. I sort of played out the string in Baltimore, and there was a new coaching staff and a big change there. And coming up here with Maxie Baughan, a defensive coordinator, really gave me a chance to really motivate myself again and really get myself back into football.
Well, Stan White is a coach on the field. We declare him our defensive quarterback, and with the formations that you have today, adjustments are necessary just about on every play, and we audibilize, I'd say, about 85% of the time. And if you call a play from the sideline, you have to change it anyway. And we feel like that he's in the game, and he does a great job for us.
One time last year, Stan was aware of a pass formation versus a run formation, and there were 10 times in one ball game we were able to put on a pass rush in a situation that was normally a run situation, and by those pass rushes. That kind of thing is important to have the ability to do that on the field. There's no way that from the sideline we can signal all that at the last instant like Stan's able to do.
I know your defensive coach, Maxie Baughan, likens you to an extra coach on the field.
Yeah, I guess you can take that two ways, Mike. I think it's meant to be a compliment. They allow me to do things that a lot of other players aren't allowed in the field. I'm allowed to make all the adjustments. I don't get signals from the sideline. They give me great latitude. And I think that being able to be like a coach on the field allows you to make changes, allows you to make some big plays on defense. But I think sometimes they play on that so much that they forget, or sometimes they make you forget you can play football too. And a lot of people think that the only thing you can do is go out there and direct traffic or something of those means. But I like to think that you have to be able to do both parts of your job. You have to be able to know what the other team's doing, be able to direct your defense, but you got to be able to play your position too, because if you can't, that's the first thing they're going to attack. And you can't protect yourself all day. You have to go out there and make the plays too.
Partner, great to see you again. Good luck today.
Okay, Mike, thanks a lot. It's good to see you again.
Mike, coming out of that Stan White, you were telling me a little bit earlier that he's the last of what I guess would be a vanishing breed, guys who call the signals from the field.
Well, Merlin Olsen calls him a dinosaur. He is vanishing. To my knowledge, he is the only player, as you said, Jack Pardee used to do it with the Redskins and the Rams. And the thing that makes Stan so good is that he has a special football talent, and should he decide to retire, he'll wind up as somebody's defensive coordinator.
Okay, that's number 52 of the Lions. He'll be watching today. And one of the people he's certain to be watching, number 37 of the Chiefs, his name is Joe Delaney. We've been talking a lot about him, an awful lot this morning. Let's learn more about him from Byron Day.
Joe Delaney of the Kansas City Chiefs has been one of the surprise packages in the NFL this year. Watch him run, and the comparisons are inevitable. Sayers, Simpson, Dorsett. But their reputations preceded them into the pros. Delaney slipped into the league very quietly after playing college ball at Northwest Louisiana. Joe Delaney wasn't exactly a household name when he played with Northwestern Louisiana, but the pro scouts knew who he was. In fact, on this show last year, Bucko Kilroy of the Patriots said that Joe was probably the sleeper in the whole draft. Well, a lot of NFL teams were caught napping during the first round because Joe wasn't chosen. And it wasn't until the second round that the Kansas City Chiefs picked Joe Delaney.
Why didn't he go in the first round on the basis of what he's been showing so far this year? I think it's more because he's from a smaller school, and he is a person who is not big, certainly by National Football League standards, as a 185-pound running back.
Joe, what's been your biggest adjustment to playing pro ball?
Well, my big adjustment is getting used to the big linemen, you know, would fall on top of you and everything. I didn't really have that much of a Northwestern. They wasn't quite as big and fast as they are now.
Joe's a tough guy. Joe's a hard-working guy. I tell you, he's just a no-nonsense, get-down-to-business sort of a guy, and I guess his running style is really illustrated by the type of person he is, I think. He gets that ball north and south, and he gets there right now.
When you get the football, what's the first thing you look for?
First thing I look for is a crease, you know, a crease along the line. That's about the norm that I look for. It's not there, but I look for the outside bounce. You know.
So are you looking for the play as it's designed first?
Right. For a play designed first, and then it's not there, and then I try to move on to the next level, trying to get outside.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a very satisfying thing to get a block and perhaps fall off and try and end up tripping a guy or something and look up and see Joe running past you, you know, and a guy reaching out, maybe trying to get a hand on his ankle as it's going by.
Delaney has gained 985 yards this season and ranks second behind Earl Campbell among running backs in the AFC. Only 13 rookies have ever gained 1,000 yards, and Delaney figures to do that today. He's really helped turn the Chiefs around, and Kansas City coach Marv Levy on this Thanksgiving Day has a lot to be thankful for. Byron Day, NFL 81.
Some thoughts on the Pontiac Silverdome and the defensive men in the middle when NFL 81 continues right after this.
Clem, it's time we thank the folks at Skill. They brought out the Sandcat sander only a couple of years ago, but now we just can't work without it. Right, Clem? Skill Sandcat handles easy like an orbital sander. Has the muscle of a belt sander. I expect it's going to last, too. As long as our Skill saw circular saw, maybe as long as me and Clem.
Skill. We build tools that last, and last.
Clem, where did you put the hammer?
It's a feeling of freedom that begins with Blue Stratos. Unleash the spirit. A feeling as brisk and bold as the open sky. Unleash the spirit. New Blue Stratos Cologne and Aftershave.
I like that smell.
Unleash the spirit. You'll like the feeling.
The highest mileage car in America comes with front-wheel drive, a reliable, easy-starting diesel engine, comfortable adjustable seats, and a nice, roomy interior. The Rabbit Diesel is the highest mileage car in America, but the best thing about the highest mileage car in America is it's made by Volkswagen.
Give that man.
Jen, dinner. Well, it's about time.
When the real taste of beer is everything you thirst for. The original Blue Ribbon beer. Blue Ribbon beer.
I am very appreciative of that banner that rests here in the Silverdome, exactly 202 feet beneath the roof. A roof that consists of 10 acres of Teflon-coated fiberglass. How might you wonder if that roof held in place? We asked Pete Axtell.
Thanks, Bryant. You know, on the way in here, I picked up this brochure about Silverdome facts. One thing it tells me, the roof is held up by 5.5 pounds of pressure per square foot. Well, that's interesting. It means there's a lot more pressure inside than out. But you may wonder, what do statistics have to do with a football game today? Well, I think I just figured out the answer. We're dealing here with two of the best field goal kickers in the league, Nick Lowry and Eddie Murray. Now, what if you open one of these doors in the right place at the right time just before a field goal attempt? This might give you the biggest home court edge since the Moscow Olympics, when they used to open a garage door in the stadium behind the Russian javelin throwers. And this is even better, because you can't bet on the Lubyanka Lions. Brian?
Certainly, when Nick Lowry and Eddie Murray ply their trade today, all eyes will be on them. The same cannot be said of Don Parrish and Ken Kramer. They are the men in the middle for Kansas City's defense, and part of that unappreciated breed known as the middle guard.
In a 3-4 defense, there are 4 linebackers, 2 defensive ends, but there is only one man in the middle. Some call him a nose tackle, others a middle guard, and his ability to absorb punishment as well as dish it out is the key to pro football's 3-4 defense. No other position requires such a combination of quickness and strength. An irony of a nose tackle is that they are judged not by the number of tackles they make, but by the attention opponents devote to them.
The nose tackle is the key to any 3-4 defense. He's the one that clogs up the middle. He's really the stalwart lineman. He causes things to bounce outside. He really makes things happen.
The nose tackle can't get blocked one-on-one by a center. If he does that, it destroys a 3-4. You got to at least control the center and tie up 2 blocks most of the time. And if you can't, you should be able to control the center and get down and make the play yourself.
He's got to do exactly what he's supposed to do in the heat of the battle on every snap. I think that's the real key as far as defensive nose tackle is concerned. We feel it's important that they're willing to make a sacrifice, if you want to call it that. We simply call it playing the defense as we'd like to have it played.
A coach once said, the only thing easy about playing nose tackle is that you always know exactly where to line up. This is the most physically demanding position in the game. Every snap brings with it an assortment of double and triple team blocks. To excel at nose tackle, you cannot escape this beating. And because of this, only a few ever master the middle. The Denver Broncos starting nose tackle is number 68, Reuben Carter, a man with that extra something that it takes to play this position well.
I love the position. It's basically a part of myself, a part of my personality, being persistent, being aggressive.
Let's go. Let's start up front now. Come on the ball.
They'll always be smart there waiting for you when you make a move to get around one of your blockers. If anybody's standing in my way whenever I come around a blocker, that person can expect to be hit. I expect to get double teamed on every play. If I can get in and be a factor on any plays, it's really a delicacy.
On this Thanksgiving Day, we've got a family story with a football bent. It involves our John Brody. We'll get to that after this.
MCS, stereo for the senses. See the beauty of MCS. Touch the precision controls. Hear incredible sound. Feel it move you to a realm beyond. The MCS 60-watt system with receiver and speakers is on sale at $599.85. Save $380. See it, touch it, hear it, feel it. MCS, stereo for the senses. Only at JCPenney.
This diesel engine is what makes the Volkswagen Rabbit and Pickup the best mileage 81 car and truck in America. Right now, make your best deal on either one. And Volkswagen of America will mail you a check for the suggested retail price of the diesel engine option. What that really means is you get a diesel at no extra cost. So you can save hundreds of dollars now and hundreds of dollars a year on fuel down the road if you get to your Volkswagen dealer by December 31st.
Victoria, darling, my heart.
Stop, camera. Wash the suit.
Wash the suit?
It's the Hager washable suit in Visa fabrics, made a new way to be machine washed and dried.
And action.
Victoria, my...
Cut. I don't believe it.
The Hager washable suit is guaranteed to keep its great looks and fit for its normal life or your money back. The Hager washable suit. Guaranteed wash after wash after wash.
Use that man.
There you go.
Jim, can we have a quick hug?
Down this way, let me have one.
Real taste of fear. I need a reset.
As we again wish you a happy Thanksgiving, we take note of the fact that in each life a person wears many hats. Case in point, our John Brody. He has been quarterback, announcer, husband, father, and now he has added to that coach of his son's 8-man football team at Apple High School.
Ready, Anthony? All right. Can you run a little bit? Straight ahead. All right. I guess if you've had 25 years of experience in the game of football itself, from high school through professional, you have so many experiences about relationships between players and coaches. That's my viewpoint, that what we're there to do is to help them, because that's the definition of a coach. And when we do help them, they gain greatly. And I think at the level we're playing, our purpose is to get them enthusiastic about the game of football so that they can feel good about themselves and go out and be a more involved person. Well, the only guys that thought you guys would be here is yourselves anyway, so here you are, let's go.
My son Bill not only is one of the players, but asked me to come down here and help because he is the quarterback now. And the funny thing is, he'd never played or even looked as if he wanted to play a down of football before he came down to Apple School.
Okay, Bill, you can still run. You can fake a 48. You know, if you fake 48, you can tell the line to block off, okay? Fake 48, all right? And you can hit Richard streaking straight down the side or Tasso. Okay?
That boy, Richard, that's the way to go, baby. That's the way to run it. Way to go, Bill. Good throw.
Here, we got our guys. When you call 15 in the huddle, right? Boom, they come right in here. You got me?
He's a good coach.
Right in here.
He gets into it pretty much. He gets into the guys and then playing. He gets a little rowdy too much sometimes, but overall he's very good and he keeps his calm.
80 lineman is there. And I mean, it's a block like a dive play. You follow me? So what you do, Bill, is you drop back, okay? Just give it a quick pop, you know the pop? And then you might just run by. That's the only way we can run it. If you want to do it. Do you guys want to do it? Yeah. Okay, if he calls a 15, that's the way you do it. Okay?
There he is. All right. Didn't I see that on the chalkboard? Way to go, Coach. 21, that ain't bad. Nice going. Too good. Yeah, we did about as good as we could do. Thank you.
This may or may not be my last year of coaching, but it will never be beyond the level of high school in an enjoyable situation, because I've really found that the guys that have it best are those that are sitting up in row 50 with a microphone.
I love you, JB, but 53-21, maybe we did the piece on the wrong coach. In any event, on this Thanksgiving Day, let's turn our attention to another member of the NBC family, Lenny Dawson, the subject of our kickoff report.
Old Spice presents Kickoff. Kickoff is brought to you by Old Spice Aftershave Lotion, the fresh, clean scent women love.
You're watching a quarterback whose career has raced along the exciting thin line that separates failure and success. He is Kansas City's Len Dawson, a superbly accurate passer and one of the great dominant quarterbacks who made the early years of the American Football League so different and so much fun to watch. But it started out like a bad dream. Pittsburgh had him for 2 years and said he couldn't pass. Watch him pass. Cleveland had him for 3 more years and said he couldn't pass. Watch him pass. Lenny could put the ball almost any way he wanted. He loved the flare pass to the outside and would work the field zone for zone, step by step, and then just reach back and hit some miracle worker like Otis Taylor 50 yards downfield. But it wasn't until Super Bowl IV that he and Coach Hank Stram got a chance to prove their 3 AFL titles were worthy of respect. Dawson and the Chiefs won big that day and had 6 more years together. More touchdowns, more wins, more satisfaction. When all the smoke had cleared, the record book shows only 3 quarterbacks in the history of the game have ever passed for more yardage than Len Dawson, the chief of the Chiefs.
A little Old Spice has a lot of rewards. Old Spice is the clean, fresh, masculine scent so many women love. So even if you love only one woman, you'll love Old Spice, the man scent so many women love.
We'll have some final thoughts and a commentary from our Pete Axtell when we return to the Silverdome on Thanksgiving Day.
At JCPenney Auto Centers, we won't steer you wrong. We will steer you to the amazing JCPenney Mileage Maker XP All-Season Steel-Belted Radial for great traction in any road conditions. And right now, save $40 to $100 on a set of 4. The Mileage Maker XP with the unique interlock block tread. Season in, season out. The only tire you need. Only at JCPenney.
JCPenney Auto Centers. We won't steer you wrong.
Mom, we got a present for you.
When you get home. Let's go.
You can install the Stanley Do-It-Yourself garage door opener in about 4 hours. Everything comes in the box. Just assemble it, put it up, and plug it in.
Surprise.
The Stanley Do-It-Yourself garage door opener. It's a very nice thing to do for somebody else.
He did it so fast.
You want to help me do things right.
Available for holiday gift giving at most Kmart stores and ACO.
Our day is just getting started, but word around here is it's already gone bad for Pete Axtell. Any truth that you had the Brodies in the 53-21 game?
No truth at all. I haven't bet a Brody team yet in my life. That's why I'm so rich today, Brian.
You know, rich tradition is Thanksgiving Day. It's reached that point in the year where all the games are kind of special. Not only the pros, but the colleges, because they're coming up on bowl time.
Well, I've already decided my 2 favorite bowls so far. One is the Sun Bowl, which gave Oklahoma a chance to find somebody they can beat this year. And the second one is the Garden State Bowl, which is played in the Meadowlands in New Jersey with that great traditional metropolitan rivalry, Wisconsin and Tennessee.
You know, the bowl that's getting a lot of play here in the Detroit area is the Astro Blue Bonnet Bowl, which will match Michigan against UCLA, and supposedly the officials in Pasadena are a bit miffed at that.
Yes, well, it's sort of a mini Rose Bowl, and for the Michigan fans that wish they were at the real Rose Bowl, the Astro Blue Bonnet Bowl has a little history of its own, you know. It was the first bowl to have a hyphen.
We might add there's no truth to the rumor that the Colts were going to be invited to the Fiesta Bowl, but they didn't quite qualify. But, you know, in truth, it's funny that people make a big deal about the bowl invitations going out. They're supposed to go out at the end of the regular season in college football. In truth, they go out earlier.
Well, yeah, everybody knows pretty much by mid-season where the teams are going to go, but we have to keep the charade going for the economy. Just think of all the limo drivers and cocktail waitresses that would be out of work if the bowl committee stopped traveling to scout the teams.
If they don't actually go out for sure, everybody knows. What about your pick today, very quickly? Who do you like?
Interesting game, closely matched, but I can't go against the Lions at home. Take Detroit minus the 2.5.
Okay, the Lions are unbeaten at home, and we're getting set for what we think will be a very good affair. 80,000 on their feet here. It'll be Billy Sims against Joe Delaney, the Kansas City Chiefs against the Detroit Lions. Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen will be along with the call and the kickoff right after these messages from your local station.
The Smurfs bring their #1 show to prime time. Yeah, Sunday.
Trust the leader in technology to forge a new legend, Seiko LaSalle. Trust Seiko to fuse slim elegance and fearless performance. New Seiko LaSalle. Trust Seiko to create timepieces destined for a place among the world's great possessions. Seiko LaSalle. Miracles of slimness, marvels of technology. No wonder people trust Seiko more than any other watch. Seiko at your authorized dealer.
When you're out riding a Yamaha snowmobile, you won't think about all those grueling years of testing that went into the engine design. Or all the late nights our engineers spent smoothing out the suspension. You'll just hit the throttle and head for no place in particular. We do all the work, and you have all the fun. But that's the way it should be.
I'm back to
tell you about that remarkable radio station.
I'm Arthur Penhallow on Riff. Just take a look at these lips. This is Ken Calvert with a half-hour commercial-free cruise on Riff. Get it up, Detroit. This is JJ and the Morning Crew on the Riff. Nothing matters but the weekend.
This is Karen Savelli with another commercial-free Detroit cruise on WRIF.
You've still got a remarkable mouth.
WRIF is still a remarkable radio station.
Baby!
The original Miracle on 34th Street, tonight at 8. The 80,000-seat Silverdome, the largest stadium in the NFL, the scene. Kansas City and Detroit, the top two running teams in professional football. The young Chiefs are 8-4. They're tied for first in the AFC West, and they're led by sensational Joe Delaney, a rookie from northwestern Louisiana, whose breakaway bursts have him just 15 yards from the 1,000-yard mark. For Detroit, one game out of first place, it's last year's NFL Rookie of the Year, Billy Sims. The former Heisman winner from Oklahoma has the best rushing average per game in the NFL. Sims versus Delaney. The Lions and Kansas City, two teams in the run for the Super Bowl playoffs. NBC Sports presents the best of the National Football League. Today, from the Pontiac Silverdome, it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Detroit Lions. Today's game is brought to you by Old Milwaukee Light. We've got the taste of light right. Old Milwaukee Light. By the new Chrysler Corporation. For 1982, Chrysler has the cars, the quality, and the prices America needs. By IBM, helping put information to work for people. And by K-Care, where quality parts and service are Kmart priced. The 80,000-seat Silverdome packed to capacity for this interconference game that features two teams with playoff ambitions. Kansas City in a tie for first in the AFC West, and the Detroit Lions only one game behind Minnesota in the NFC Central. And from Arthur Watson, president of NBC Sports, throughout this entire NBC Sports crew, a happy Thanksgiving from Pontiac, Michigan, everyone. And on this day when all of our crew, the ladies and gentlemen who will send you this game, are away from their families, we hope that you're enjoying those that you love on this very special day. Happy Thanksgiving, Merlin.
Same to you, Dick. Good to be with you. And it's nice to get together with the families, but in a time when it seems fashionable to be critical of those things we don't have and to be angry at everything and demanding change, it might be nice to step back and look at the things that we do have, the good things we share in life, and to be thankful for just a moment for those.
Nicely said. These are two teams that are battling for first place, and of course are looking ahead to the Super Bowl, and they are the two top rushing teams in the entire NFL, and they feature two outstanding runners. Let's talk first about the Kansas City Chiefs' Joe Delaney.
The word for Delaney is quick. You talk to people who played against this young man, they cannot believe how fast he hits the hole and how quick his feet are. He has really set some people on their ear, and for a small back, surprisingly strong. He really has come on strong in this rookie year.
It's interesting that Delaney here, as he powers that rushing offense of the Kansas City Chiefs, the Chiefs and Lions 1-2 in NFL rushing. These two defenses are two of the three best against the run. So something will have to give today. For the Kansas City defense, they'll be focused on number 20 in Honolulu blue and silver.
Dick, we had a chance to watch Billy Sims as he played out his college career, and we also have had a chance to watch him in a professional uniform. Again, amazing quickness and blinding speed, but I think the thing that sets Sims apart is his ability to see the openings and to explode through them. He's a very special back, already over 1,000 yards, and we're going to see some fireworks from these two great backs today.
Merlin, we're also going to have some fun today because we're going to be talking about football communications, what happens in the huddle. What are those fellas on the sidelines with earphones talking about?
Very often, Dick, success or failure on the playing field will depend on the ability of these teams to communicate one with another. It's especially difficult in front of 80,000 screaming fans, and even more difficult in a domed stadium where the acoustics seem to multiply the sound. So they're going to have a tough time letting each other know what's going on today.
It's like a foreign language.
Well, it is, and teams develop their own terminology, their own special codes, words, and colors. I think the language spoken on the Kansas City side of the field as opposed to Detroit's side of the field would be as different as Swedish and Italian.
I guess on this day you could say then they're talking turkey.
Maybe so.
Let's go down to the field. The Detroit Lions will receive. Kansas City Chiefs in white will kick it off. Detroit Lions to the 27-yard line. It's first down for Detroit. Eric Hipple, the young quarterback. Billy Sims, a brilliant runner, and Dexter Bussey, the all-time Lion rusher in history. Fred Scott and Leonard Thompson, the wide receivers. David Hill, bad knee. He was not expected to start. The offensive line, Baldishweiler, Elias Fowler, Bollinger, and Dorney. Dorney regarded as the top offensive lineman and all-pro candidate. Hipple going to throw on first down and going long for Thompson. And the flag is down. It'll be interference against Eric Harris. Harris and Thompson, their legs became engaged, and Thompson went down to the flag.
I don't think they called him for his leg, though, Dick. It looked like he reached out with that left hand and kind of felt for the receiver. Give the referee a chance to call it here.
Pass interference, number 44, first down. Our referee is Fred Wyant today. Here's a look at it.
Now watch right at the end here. You'll see Eric reach out with his left hand. There's the bump right there. Bumped him with the hand and bumped him also with the hip. And, of course, you simply cannot touch that receiver after the ball has been thrown.
38-yard penalty. Billy Sims, his first carry. And he's to the Kansas City 32-yard line, a gain of 3+. Here's the defense for the Kansas City Chiefs. Much improved. Hart Still, Don Parrish, Mike Bell. Still and Bell were top draft picks, number 1 round choices. The linebackers, Howard, Blanton, Spaney, their leading tackler, and Cal Peterson. They're back four, and you hear the coaches around the league rave about these youngsters. Green, Burris, Barbaro, he's the veteran, and Harris, who played in the Canadian Football League the last 3 years. Dexter Bussey inside the 30-yard line, but that'll be 4 yards shy of a first down. Peterson and Parrish collaborated on the tackle, and the Lions face a passing down.
Dick, one of the things we can expect to do today, as well as seeing some great action, when you put two physical teams like this on the football field together, you can hear the action. You're going to hear those pads slapping together.
You predicted it would be a very physical game.
I think it may be one of the most physical games in the NFL this year.
Horace King, a good pass receiver, has replaced Bussey in the backfield. Hipple. Freddie Scott out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Good throw by Hipple. He had to throw that right through the defensive back of the Chiefs.
Hipple, a relatively inexperienced young quarterback, had his debut on national television, and what amazing cool he has shown. Gets the benefit of a ball there from Eric Harris, but still, that pass exactly on target into the hands of his favorite receiver today, Freddie Scott.
You have to wonder, however, if Harris had maintained his feet, he might have had the interception. So the Lions, on a couple of breaks, are at the 11, and here comes Sims. to the 9-yard line, a gain of 2. Sims from Oklahoma. When he's not playing football, he just likes to tinker mechanically with cars and trucks. 4th in the league. But look at that, 1,123 yards for Sims. He's missed 2 games. So if you prorate his average 112 yards a game, he would be the top rusher in the NFL. He's missed 2 games and still number 4. Eric Hipple, who has run for 6 touchdowns this year, as a 2nd and 8. Reverse. Freddie Scott back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all, as Ken Spaney read it well, along with Mike Bell, number 99.
Play was really stopped by number 50, Cal Peterson, the man responsible for the reverse, slipped to the outside, and there was no place to go. The ball carrier had to turn back inside. Watch the reverse. And as the ball carrier comes back, you see right there, runs into the barrier. Number 50 has to duck back inside. They get him on the ground. That's what you have to do defensively. Keep the play inside. Both these teams are going to have to keep the speed in there where they got some body.
3rd and long. Hipple. Touchdown, David Hill.
To play today. Shows you right there why they need him in the game. But the other thing that made that play was the run of Hipple. Little play action pass to freeze the defense, and Hipple has 4.47 speed. He gets outside and makes a little room for himself and his receiver Hill and hits the TD.
Hill in that crease was wide open. Veteran from Texas A&I. Eddie Murray slams through the extra point, and the Detroit Lions trying to celebrate early. It took them only 3 minutes to get 7 points.
Introducing the 82 Dodge Aries K, America's highest mileage 6-passenger driving machine, with even better mileage than last year. Front-wheel drive and improved suspension for better performance than last year. But the most incredible news for 82 is what isn't new, the base model price. Still America's lowest priced, highest mileage 6-passenger front-wheel drive car. The 82 Dodge Aries K Coupe, America's driving machine. And on other select new Dodge cars and trucks, get $300 to $1,000 cash. See participating dealers for complete details.
Right Guard Solid, because a man needs all the protection he can get. Right Guard Solid has an action-triggered formula, triggered to release protection when your body needs it most. So the more you sweat, the more protection you get. Right Guard Solid, action-triggered to help keep you dry and odor-free all day. Right Guard Antiperspirant Solid, the more you sweat, the more protection you get.
So the Lions in 3 minutes, 9 seconds go 73 yards, 6 plays. The Capper 10-yard pass from Hipple to Hill. Murray ready to kick it off. Rookie James Murphy deep for Kansas City. Murphy from Utah State at the 4, the 20, and flying out to the 30-yard line. Tackle made by Robbie Martin. He's the kick return man for the Lions. Bill Kenny, the quarterback. Joe Delaney, a brilliant rookie. The big blocking back and fullback James Hadnot, over 240 pounds. Stan Rome playing for the injured Henry Marshall. That's a loss. Marshall out. J.T. Smith, 4 touchdowns on punt returns the last 2 years, and Al Dixon at tight end. Perkinoff, they like to run behind him, short yardage. Buddy, the veteran Rudney, Condon, and Getty. They've been together all year, and Marv Levy feels they're much improved. Smith in motion. They run the other way to Hadnot. Bubba Baker, number 60 from Colorado State, gets Hadnot by the ankles. Here's the Lions defense. Duraboy, who surprisingly leads the Lions in sacks this year. William Gay, Doug English, and Bubba Baker on the front line. Gary Cobb, maybe the most improved Lion player. Fantetti in the middle, leading tackler. The veteran Stan White, he calls the plays. Wayne Smith and James Hunter at the corners. Spider-Man Allen and veteran Ray Oldham, not old man. Now that he won't appreciate that.
Somebody's taking unfair advantage of it there, I'll tell you that.
Second and 9. Here's Delaney. Oh my, did he sprint to daylight, and a first down at the 46-yard line. Delaney rips off 14 yards, which gives him 1 yard from the 1,000-yard mark.
We mentioned the word quickness. Watch the explosion here. Almost a draw play, but look at the feet. It looks like everyone else is going at about 3/4 speed, and Delaney just flies through for the first down.
You have to slow it down just to appreciate where he's going. He is a blur. Delaney. Northwestern Louisiana, first down, Kansas City at their 46, trailing 7-0 early. Hadnot to the 49-yard line, a gain of about 3. These two men that are coaching today both started with these teams in 1978. Marv Levy, Phi Beta Kappa and the Chiefs. And across on the opposite sidelines, Monty Clark, former coach for the San Francisco 49ers. And these two men have built their teams through the draft. They're both relatively young teams, not unlike Cincinnati, another team that has excelled this year with youth and a growing program. Delaney. And the Lions swarm at the 49. Veteran Stan White and the right corner James Hunter up quickly to stop Delaney for no gain.
Dick, I asked Maxie Bond, the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, how do you stop Joe Delaney? He said, we have got to keep him inside. We cannot let him outside. We've got to keep him in there where we have some tacklers. They were able to get the quick force on that play. They got a lot of people in quick pursuit. Delaney was able to get virtually no yardage.
Bill Kenny faces his first passing situation. And he hits his man, J.T. Smith, first down at the Lion 41-yard line. Wayne Smith, quarterback from Purdue, made the tackle, and the Chiefs have a first down in Lion territory.
With Marshall out of the lineup, he's going to have to go to J.T. Smith. Smith, not a burner of a receiver, has good speed, but more of a controlled receiver. You see him working across the middle, had a little trouble with his footing, but he knows where that yard stripe is. You see him look at that red marker on the sideline and drive for that first down.
For those 44 catches, now 45, he is the leading Chiefs receiver. Kenny. Complete to Stan Rome, and a penalty flag. Hunter hit him up around the helmet and will draw a 15-yard personal foul.
Hunter just back to action after being out with an injury. A little bit eager with the forearm flipper. And, of course, anytime you throw that forearm, you're probably going to draw a flag. They've made it increasingly painful for the defense to get up around that head and to use the forearm and the arm.
Personal foul, number 28. First down.
Chance for you to watch it. An excellent pass to Rome on the sideline, but watch the shot right there. He comes up with that big pass and then with the right arm, and that's a good call by the official.
First down, Kansas City, just outside the 20-yard line, trailing 7-0. Hadnot. Good yardage as he slips inside the 15 before Doug English, the veteran tackle from Texas, can make the tackle. This is not just an average Thanksgiving Day entertainment game, this is a game that has big impact on the playoff picture. You've got Kansas City 8-4, and they are tied with the Denver Broncos for first and just a game ahead of San Diego in the west of the American Conference. And for the Detroit Lions, with Minnesota losing Monday night in Atlanta, the Lions are actually just a game. Actually, that's 7-5 for Minnesota, not 8-4. They're only one behind Minnesota. Delaney all the way to the 4-yard line, and a first down before Stan White can make the tackle.
I talked to some of the players who watched Delaney on film and a couple who played against him, and I asked about his quickness relative to other backs. I said, what about Tony Dorsett? They said he's quicker than Dorsett, and you saw it right there, that little stutter step, the move to the outside. An incredible back, and one that is surprisingly strong for his size.
Remember, these teams both have outstanding rushing defenses. First and goal. No, that's Smith. Get that Billy Jackson, who is just into the game, and Billy Jackson has a touchdown. Jackson from Alabama. They like to use him in short yardage. That's his 10th touchdown of the year.
To put that into perspective, he's carried the ball 69 times on the season, Dick, and 10 of those for touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. Watch him here. Look at the surge of the offensive line. You get an extra block, 85 Beckman, the flanker, a tight end coming in there to throw the block, and they go right up behind Rudney and right up on the right side there and just push that whole defense into the end zone.
Steve Fuller to hold for Nick Lowry. Good job by Fuller on the snap, and the game is tied at 7. A very impressive drive by the Kansas City Chiefs as their offensive line really knocking the Lions defense back, and we're tied at 7.
Oh, Edna, the Toyota needs struts, brakes, and a new muffler. And if we can't get the car back by tonight, we can't go to your mother's for dinner. She'll never get all that done in one day.
If you want your foreign car fixed fast, get the Midas Touch. Midas has foreign car struts, brakes, and mufflers in stock.
I won't see my mother-in-law for a week.
Get the Midas Touch. Nobody else has it.
Hi, Mom.
To win in competition, these guys got to get everything just right. And for guys like that, we worked harder at making a beer that's just right. Old Milwaukee Light.
We got it right. Old Milwaukee Light.
We gave Old Milwaukee Light a big beer taste, but still kept it less filling, and that makes it just right.
We got it right. Old Milwaukee Light.
Old Milwaukee got light right.
Tonight, Michael Conrad and Barbara Babcock in their award-winning roles on the Emmy-winning Hill Street Blues, #1 with the critics, #1 in its time period.